So let's move over to special teams. Again, last year we were looking at some newness in a few different areas, and let's start in the return game. Donovan Peoples-Jones as a return man. It was kind of a journey.
Yeah.
Kind of a journey with you back there when it came to judging which balls to go up and catch, which ones to let go. How much improvement have you seen from him, and who is in competition for that return spot?
Yeah, of course. So you're talking punt return spot here. Donovan, obviously, coming in, Donovan wasn't as so a natural punt return guy. Not that he's not good at it or great at it. It's just some guys are just natural in understanding how to judge, and center field type guys judge fly balls, right, or judge punt returns. So he did have a little bit of a learning curve, but he really worked at it. The best thing about Donovan is he's athletic. He can do everything you ask him, but he works at it, and he had some up and downs, but that's okay because that's going to get him better for the future, and it did throughout the season. I think his improvement in the spring is now you look at him catching a punt, you're like, oh, he is a natural punt return guy. It's like he's figured it out and he's gotten so much better at it. So, honestly, before last year, somebody, told me, one of the veteran special teams guys in the NFL I was talking about, he goes, college freshman punt return? Never in a million years would I start a college freshman punt return. Right. But he was the best guy we had. And he worked the hardest at it. So we started him. And, so we had some ups and downs, but I'm excited about him being back there this year. And then we got some guys that now have, Oliver Martin's another. He didn't take the steps that Donovan did early and become the starter, but he's worked himself into being a pretty good punt returner back there. David Long is back there. Lavert Hill will catch some balls back there. Chris Evans will be back there. Grant Perry is like the safety net back there. So all those guys will work, at it. And we've grown that room to where we were fighting to find one guy to now, hey, there's 5 or 6 guys who, because catch and punch, you just got to do it. You got to do it all the time. And, it's kind of, we've engraved that in its head, in their heads that all summer they got to be catching punts. It's one of the hardest things to do. So all those guys have now taken pride in doing that and understanding that, we've built that punt return room into a pretty good one. And we those guys are specialists to us. The kickers, the holders, the snappers, the punters, and the punt returners are all specialists. So they have to work, at it more so than, just practicing.
Right. All right. So what about kick return?
Yeah, so kick return, it's a little different. It's easier to catch a kick return, although it's not easy. We need now guys that it's not so much to worry about fielding the ball now. It's like who's going to hit it, and that is our challenge. I was just talking to Jay last night, Harbaugh, about it. We are going to be better on kick return this year, and we're going to focus on it, and we're going to figure it out. We're going to make it important, and we got to get a guy back there that's going to hit it 1,000 miles per hour and do what we ask and get the ball to the 30. Let's start with getting the ball to the 30-yard line and then kind of go from there. Mm-hmm. So I think we got a really good plan, and I think we got a good staple of guys. I mean, Ambry's returning, so he's going to have the first shot at it, and he was a true freshman last year doing that. Mm-hmm. And as kick return, you don't have more of a problem catching it, but when you look, you got 10 guys sprinting full speed at you. So for a young guy, there's growing pains there as well. So having him back is going to be great. We're going to, Berkeley Edwards is a guy who can really run and go back there. As much as we can use Karan, he's a guy who can go back there and help us, but you just don't want to use him much as a kick returner. And then there's some incoming freshmen that we think can do it, that look good out here. Mike Barrett, Christian Turner, we'll give those guys shots back there too.